Well, if you want the kids to get out of the house because it is summer break and you want them to get some culture in, you might want to take them to the Asian Art Museum. There's a new exhibit there called Gorgeous. It kicked off earlier this week, and joining us now is the co-curator of Gorgeous, Forrest McGill. Forrest, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Annie.
Good morning. Tell us how you came up with this idea.
Well, what happened first, you know, SF MoMA is closing for, or has closed for expansion. So their director and our director came up with the idea of a joint show of some kind. And then Allison Harding, my co-curator, and I, together with our good colleagues at SF MoMA, brainstormed and thought, let's do Gorgeous. Let's do something a little bit experimental, a little bit wild, and see what we can come up with.
It's definitely a little more out there, not as traditional as I saw it a few days ago. So here's some video of some of the pieces that you may be seeing at this exhibit. Tell us what this exhibit is and what can families see.
Well, it's half works from SF MoMA and half works from the Asian Art Museum, mixed up, mashed up together in, we think, very lively and interesting ways. And the idea is to question, what do any of us think is gorgeous? And doesn't gorgeous sometimes have a little bit of humor, a little bit of grotesqueness, a little bit of maybe even scary quality? And we're really encouraging visitors to dive in and come up with their own opinions and to engage and debate with us about it.
And how can visitors engage and debate about it with you guys?
Well, we have laminated photos of the works in a big rack where you can curate your own show. You can take the works that we've put together and you can rearrange them in the way that you would have done it.
And how did you pick the pieces for this exhibit, and what forms of art will we be able to see?
There's painting, there's sculpture, there's an iPhone, there's decorative arts objects, design arts objects of all kinds. And we picked ones that we either thought were gorgeous or they raised questions about what does gorgeous mean.
And what are some of the interesting pieces that you thought were, that really come to mind and really showcase the exhibit?
Well, one of my favorites is a Balinese dagger that's all covered with gold and gems. And so it's pretty gorgeous, but it's a dagger, and it's got this blade that looks like a slithering snake on it. So while you're admiring how gorgeous it is, you can't help thinking, what would it be like to get stabbed with a dagger like this?
And I also saw there was like a Michael Jackson sculpture. Tell me about that and the story behind that.
Jeff Koons, famous, great big, almost life-size porcelain statue of Michael Jackson and Bubbles. And you know, its surfaces are very beautiful. Michael Jackson is beautiful in a certain kind of a way, and yet it has a creepy quality that we wanted to highlight. So what's the combination of things that distinguish what's gorgeous from what's beautiful?
And you were talking about how the summer is a time when you have a lot of tourists and families coming through. So how does this exhibition tie in with the timing of summer?
It's very it's all about the audience getting engaged. We really asking people to dive in. The labels in the galleries are signed by Allison and me, and they're in our very personal, sometimes quirky voices. And we did that because we want people to be able to have their own quirky reactions.
Great. And are people able to interact with you on Twitter and through Facebook?
Absolutely, of course.
What hashtag are we using?
Hello, gorgeous.
Okay, wonderful. So this exhibition is going through the entire summer through September?
That's right. September 14th it closes.
And then what else can we look forward to after that? Are there some fun projects you're working on now?
Well, the very next one is a fantastic giant show of artifacts from Saudi Arabia, a place that none of us know very much about. And there's been a lot of archaeology and a lot of research just in the last 20 years, and all kinds of things have come out of the ground that nobody's ever seen before or had any idea of.
That sounds wonderful. I can't wait for that. And is this gorgeous exhibition age appropriate for kids of all ages?
There's a couple of works that parents will want to check out before they let their kids have a look, but most of it is fine.
Okay, and can they do that on the website before going? Or?
They can.
Okay.
They can.
All right, but there's also a lot of other age appropriate for everybody works of art at the museum as well.
By all means.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Forrest, for joining us. Check out Gorgeous at the Asian Art Museum on Larkin Street, not far from our studios here in San Francisco. It's going through September 14th, adults $15, seniors and youth $10. Don't forget, they are closed on Mondays.